What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today's video is a weekly training recap of last week's training. So there's been quite a few changes in today's and the training in general, and we're going to kind of go over some of this stuff. So first and foremost, going to be doing a weekly recap video, so basically a week's worth of footage in one video every single week, which will be up on the previous week. I'm going to film one set of kind of what I want to film, of movements I want to see, and I will obviously upload them. More than one set I feel starts to become a bit of a nuisance, and starts to take away from training, so I'm going to be filming one set as that is what's going to help my training the most, and then obviously, that's all we need for a training recap. I'm also going to put the weight up of movements I feel that is important to put up, so I'm not going to put the weight up of, say, for example, dumbbell pressing. Okay, so some of the changes is we have 4 training days. So our 4 training days are Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays. On Mondays and Wednesdays we have a double session. So we train in the morning and then we go back and train at night. On a Wednesday we do the same, we train in the morning and then we go back and train at night. And on Friday and Saturday we have 1 session each. So we have 6 total sessions spread over 4 days. On Mondays we have our tempo squats, so 3 down, 1 in the hole and 2 up. We then have our close grip bench press, and then we have some walking lunges, and then we go back at night and we do some pendlay rows, some dips and some chin-ups, and then some hammer curls. On Wednesday we are doing sumo deadlifts. So we have some sumo deadlifts, and then we have overhead press, and then some breathing pause squats, and then at night time we go back, we have some flat barbell bench press, incline press, some hamstring curls, and then I do some cable rows and some lat pull downs. And then Wednesdays and Fridays are a squat, bench and deadlift session. So Friday is competition squat, competition bench, competition deadlift, and then on Saturday is a front squat, so a safety squat bar front squat, and then we have close grip bench press, and then we have stiff legged deadlifts. So one of the things with the sumo deadlifts are we feel that we are going to have some very positive effects from the sumo deadlifts that are going to carry over well into our conventional deadlifts. And we've increased frequency throughout the board, as you can see, obviously. And we will be training at Outcast Barbell Sanctuary full time as well, so we will no longer be in the garage. So it's a little bit shame to no longer train the garage, but OBS, Outcast Barbell Sanctuary, is just so much better, and is what is going to allow to take my lifting to the next level. Furthermore, we are deadlifting and squatting in the same days now, because I feel that obviously I'm squatting 320 kilos, and I'm deadlifting pretty much around 320 odd kilos. So because the closer my squat has got to my deadlift on competition day, the more fatigued I've felt by the time I got to deadlifts, and I don't deadlift on the same day I've squatted up until this program. So because of that, we are doing that so that we become a little bit more specific and we can get used to deadlifting after squatting. That is really the only reason. The breathing pause squats, never done them before. Again, the reason behind them is because we are just kind of positioning benefits, and it was really fun. With training at OBS full time, I'm able to use a lot of stuff that I've never been able to use before, like the dumbbells and whatnot. I'm really enjoying the format of the 6 sessions spread over 4 days. I'm really liking squatting, having a squat, bench and deadlift day twice a week technically, because obviously the first days, the first squat, bench, deadlift days on Friday, and then on the Saturday I have a squat variation, bench variation and deadlift variation, but I'm still doing a squat, bench, deadlift movement, and I feel that's going to really help, because it's going to really make things a lot more specific, and it's going to make my deadlifts a lot more realistic in competition day, because in the gym, my deadlifts have been over this year have been showing that what I should be pulling a lot higher than what I am in competition. And the number one thing is the squats have just kept going up and up and up and up and up and up every competition. All the way to a 320 kilo squat at the British, which although was turned down for squat interference, nonetheless I still squatted it, and I feel that that's negatively impacting my deadlift, because I'm not deadlifting after squats, and by the time I get to deadlifts I'm pretty fatigued after hitting a pretty massive squat. So that's one thing, and overall I'm just feeling really positive about how things are going, and about how we are going to be doing things this cycle. Again, nothing flashy. We're not doing, drastic changes, but we are just making, simple changes over time that are going to hopefully yield some positive results. And again, that is it. It's all trial and error. We learned a lot from the British. We are implementing some stuff, and we will go through this cycle, and we will see, what's went well, what hasn't went well, what can we improve on, what can we keep doing, and we will just continue to do that. And you just do that throughout your whole powerlifting career. Again, I got to use a safety squat bar, so we did safety squat bar front squats, which was very cool. First time ever using a safety squat bar, and obviously, the first time doing them as a front squat, and they were very, very interesting. But for the most part, I really enjoyed them, and I am looking forwards to getting stronger with them. I didn't really have a clue where to begin, and it was meant to be RP7, so I was pretty conservative. Looking back, or reflecting back, next week I'm probably going to stick on an extra 30 kilos, probably a 15 kilos each side, which would take the bar to, I think it would be 125 kilos bar weight. I'm not completely sure, or maybe 105 kilos bar weight. Again, not 100% sure. And then I had some close grip bench press and some stiff legged deadlifts. So again, close grip bench press. Doing more close grip benching, and one thing I'm noticing is that my triceps are getting hammered with that. So again, that will have a positive effect onto our competition grip, which we are doing 2 times a week. And then moving on to some stiff legged deadlifts, where we had as many sets as possible of 9 reps in 12 minutes. So that was a real barrel of laughs and very fun. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.